Okay. All right. Welcome everyone to the Immune Boost healing session. So I wanted to put together a group healing session that would benefit everyone from what's going on in the world right now. We live in crazy times, and we've got coronavirus that we're dealing with, along with a lot of other stressors. So first off, my name is Laura Como, so a lot of you probably watching are familiar with who I am, but I am a certified BodyTalk practitioner. I am also the founder of Light and Wellness, as well as My Natural Healer. I have both of my companies listed on this because I'm going to share this in multiple places. Light and Wellness is my personal healing practice where I practice BodyTalk with clients from all over the world. And also My Natural Healer is a wellness directory that I put together that has thousands of healers from around the world. You can use that directory to find healers of all kinds, whether it be energy medicine practitioners such as myself, or chiropractic, or yoga studios, or metaphysical practitioners, acupuncturists, you name it. So I am a healer, and then I am also a natural wellness researcher and educator with My Natural Healer. All right. Okay. And going back, I had to admit a couple people. All right. Okay, so how I got here, I ended up getting cancer 5 years ago, and that's what started me down this journey. I wasn't feeling myself. I wanted to be well, so I ended up creating My Natural Healer, and I started researching all of these different modalities, which in turn helped me eliminate my anxiety and depression. I found a lot of great modalities out there, so I just wanted to teach people about it, and that's kind of what got me started on this path. I ended up discovering BodyTalk along the way and was blown away because I had chronic back pain for about 15 years and went to a chiropractor, physical therapy, brought temporary relief but never fixed it. But after 3 sessions of BodyTalk, my back pain was gone, and my scoliosis straightened out quite dramatically over time, but my pain went away pretty quickly. And as the more sessions that I got, the more I really discovered the power of BodyTalk. It helped me with my anxiety and depression even more so. Helped me overcome some traumas that I've been through in my life. And it's just helped me on a lot of levels. So that's why I'm here. So the healing session goal for today, and by the way, we're going to get to the healing session, but I did want to spend about 5 minutes to just give you a brief overview of what BodyTalk is, what it does, and how it can help you right now before we just jump into it, because I want people to be familiar and know what you're looking at. Okay, so healing session goal for today is just to help with overall stress reduction. We have coronavirus. We also have other stresses. For those of you that might live near where I live, you actually woke up to an earthquake yesterday morning. I was shaken out of my bed. That was kind of crazy, but yeah, so we have a lot of stress in our life, and this healing session will help with that. Also, another focus is we want to boost our immunity. So if you're sick, or if you might get sick, we want to make sure that your immune system is functioning as good as it can. Also, we want to balance our emotions and also balance our relationship to our environment. There's a lot of environmental factors that can throw off our state of well-being. So challenges, I mentioned the stress that is happening with us right now, fear, which is really big right now in the world with the coronavirus pandemic. Also, social distancing is a challenge for us because we're now in a lot of areas of the world, we're being forced to stay home as much as we can and keep that social distance. So that eliminates that feeling of connectedness to other people, and really can cause a lot of emotions within us. You know, it can, if this happens for a long time, if we're not staying connected to other people, we can feel isolated, alone, depressed, sad. Also, we're dealing with chronic inflammation. This is just from diet and lifestyle. A lot of us already deal with this, and a weakened immune system in general due to this inflammation and the stress in our life. So what you can do, so these are some things that you can do outside of this healing session I'm doing for you, just in general in your daily life. So do everything you can to reduce stress. So make sure that you're not in that fight or flight response, that sympathetic nervous system response that is designed for you to only be in for a few minutes, because that really, if you're in that state for a prolonged period of time, you can't heal, because all healing happens in the parasympathetic mode of our autonomic nervous system. Okay, so implement relaxation techniques. Make sure that you're doing a lot of self-care. You are going for walks in nature if you can, meditation or prayer, breathing techniques. So just one quick tip for you. If you are feeling stressed or anxious, just take a few deep breaths in and out, and make sure you spend more time on your exhale than your inhale. So breathe in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 6 seconds, and do that a few times. It will reset your nervous system and shift you into relaxation mode. Also, focus on gratitude and the things that you can control. There's a lot that's out of our control right now, so just focus on that. Also, limit your news. So be informed, but don't get absorbed in the news. So I try to just do quick little news updates every day so I know what's going on. Twitter is great for that because it's little bite-sized pieces. But whatever you do, don't just get sucked into it. Social media is really hard right now as well. So if you can limit that, that's even better. Follow the CDC and World Health Organization recommendations. Those are changing. It almost feels like every day. So just make sure you're staying informed there. And then also make sure you're staying connected to friends and family. Since we can't do that in person, it's great that we do have technology to stay in touch via phone or video or limited social media. And then BodyTalk sessions is great for that too. So what is the BodyTalk system? Before we get into the session, just a quick overview. It's a whole health system of care which promotes healing on a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual level. It's an energy medicine-based modality, but it incorporates a lot of different modalities and techniques into it. So Western medicine, Chinese traditional medicine, I won't read off the whole list, you've got it there. But really in summary, I love to think of BodyTalk as it's healthcare for what we're made of. We are made of 99.99999% energy. So if you get to that subatomic level of our bodies, that's what we're made of. So really it's addressing the basic makeup of who we are, and that really in turn helps balance everything from emotional, mental, physical level. And how it can help, it helps reduce stress in the mind body. I purposely did not say mind and body because it is one. The mind body are one, they're connected, everything is connected. Also, the BodyTalk system helps manage emotional responses, restores communication to promote healing. So anytime we're exposed to stress, that will cause a breakdown in our body's own communication system that helps us heal ourselves. So we're reestablishing that. Also, it can be done remotely through distant sessions. So I do have a lot of clients that I see in person, but I also, the majority of my clients I actually see remotely. So that's done either through phone call or video, just like we're doing now. And we can work together. So it's great because right now we're kind of stuck in that social distancing, right? So you can continue to get healthcare via BodyTalk. Okay, so we'll jump right into the BodyTalk session that I have for you today. So I really wanted to put this together, put this out there, because I know there's so many people that are struggling right now, and I wanted to offer something for free for people. Just a quick update, because I know there's some people on here listening that have not had a Body Talk session. So I want to introduce you to the 3 brains of Body Talk. So in our body, we have 3 brains. We've got the head brain. So this is what helps process and reestablish and focus on what's going on in the body. We've got the heart brain, which will store the information from the session. And then we also have the gut brain or enteric brain, and I'll back up here a little bit, but it's just over your stomach. So in Body Talk, we'll do a series of tapping to kind of set the information and process what we bring into balance. So you'll just tap over those 3 areas of the body. So you tap on your head and over the heart, and then over the gut brain, just kind of over the navel. So that's what I'll have you do as we go through this session. Okay, so how group sessions work. Some of you have maybe had some individual sessions with me, but for group sessions, they are just as effective. But what we're doing is we're tapping into the energy of the group. So everyone that watches this video, we're tapping into their energy to figure out what is the top priority for healing, what needs to be brought into balance. All right, so first we're going to start with intention setting and a check-in. So we kind of covered about, the things that we're focusing on for this session, right? So we're working on stress reduction, we're boosting immunity, we are helping to balance the emotions and improve the relationship to different environmental factors that we have in our life. While we get started, I want everyone that's watching this video to just do a check-in. So check in with your body. I want you to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a few more breaths in and out. And I want you to just check in with how you're feeling. I know a lot of people are really experiencing a lot of anxiety right now, a lot of stress, maybe some fear about what's happening, maybe some worry. But I want you to check in, and I want you to rate how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. So 10 being really freaked out, in panic mode, just a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, and 1 being really relaxed, super chill, really relaxed. So think about that, and I want you just to give yourself a rating. And I'd say the group as a whole right now, I'd probably give a maybe 6.5 rating. But that's kind of what I'm feeling right now for the group in general. But keep that number in mind, because we're going to do another check-in at the end of the session. Okay, so the first thing that's coming up for balancing is just a cortices balance. So with this technique, what we're doing is we are balancing the cortices of the brain, but also some other areas of the brain too. We're balancing the limbic brain and also the reptilian parts of the brain. And I'll walk you through how to do this technique. So what you'll do is just put your hand on the base of your skull. So right where your skull connects in with your neck. You'll just hold this part of your head. Okay. And while you're holding that area of the brain, you're going to start tapping with me. So tap on the top of your head. And what I want you to do is spread your fingers wide, because you need to be tapping on both hemispheres of the brain. And then tap over your heart. And then you'll tap over your gut brain. Okay. Let's do that again. And make sure you're breathing, guys, because that really helps just process all this. Okay, next we're gonna walk our hands up to the next part of your brain. So just right over where you originally placed your hand, just walk your hand up to the next area. As if you're just stacking your hands and walking them up. And just keep tapping and breathing. So what this cortices balancing technique does is it helps reduce stress in the body, but also it helps update the brain's holographic, okay, then you'll walk your hand up again, sorry. It helps update the brain's holographic image of the body, figuring out what it needs to focus on, what it needs to reprioritize. Also, this really helps with improving your clarity, your mental clarity. It also helps coordinate the left and right hemispheres of the brain. I'm gonna walk your hand up again. Just really helps reset the body and the mind. Also with this tapping, I'll walk again. With this tapping, what it does from a scientific perspective, so this creates what they call in physics a solitron, or a standing wave or tsunami of energy. So tapping actually creates an interference within the brain's electrical activity. And when you tap on the other brains, heart brain and gut brain, it does the same thing. So you'll place your hands on the sides of your head and do the same thing. Just hold one hand on the side. Tap your head, your heart, your gut brain. And the other side. All right, guys, great work. I bet you all feel a little more relaxed already. Okay, all done with that first balancing technique. Okay, next we are going to balance the nerves within the sympathetic nervous system. And we're also going to link that over to the nerves within the immune system. So we're going to improve the functioning of those nerves. Okay, so I'm putting my hand on the brain because that's kind of the master control organ of the nervous system. It represents the nervous system. We're going to think about that sympathetic nervous system. So what we're really going to do here is help improve the nerves within that mode of the nervous system, that sympathetic mode, but also we're going to tie in the parasympathetic nervous system as well, just bringing into balance those two different modes of the autonomic nervous system. And just, we're going to tap that in. We're also focusing on balancing the nerves within the immune system. And just keep tapping over the head brain, the heart brain, the gut brain, and just focus on your breathing. Okay. All right, ready for the next balancing? Okay, so the next thing that's coming up that we're going to be balancing is body chemistry. So really this is the immune system in general. And we're going to, with this update, with this balancing technique for the immune system, we are going to help improve the immune system's ability to fight off microbes. So these are things like viruses, coronavirus or other viruses, toxins, bacteria, fungi, parasites. We're also going to bring into balance any possible overreaction that you might be having to any allergies or intolerances that you have. So we're going to reduce that inflammatory response for things that aren't really a threat. Okay, so just helping with the immune system's ability to better cope with these things. Also, simultaneously, we're going to link in, and this immune system and body chemistry is tied to some environmental factors. So we're dealing with some emotions here in our environment that these are factors that aren't ours, emotions that they don't belong to us. So these are the emotions of worry, the emotion of sadness, and the emotion of feeling excluded or solitude, feeling alone. Okay, so as we bring all of this into balance, one thing to note is that it's very common for environmental factors to throw off or bring into disharmony our immune system. So what we're going to do is bring all of that into balance. Another important thing to note is that with your environment, so there's things like other people's emotions, there's also just other people in general, they're environmental factors, work, finances, there's a lot of things in our environment that can throw off our state of well-being. And from a consciousness-based perspective, it is really important for you to know that the body is first weakened by thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, which then affects the function of the immune system. So that's a really important thing to know. Okay, so we're going to bring this into balance. If you'll just put your hand over your spleen. So your spleen is it's located just kind of on the left side of your body. You'll just put your hand over just around the back side of your body, just below the rib cage. That represents the spleen. So the spleen is our master control organ. We're just going to bring that into focus. And then also you can let go and now put the hands on the side of your head. And we're going to do that cortices technique again. But we're going to start with just putting some focus on the sides of the brain, and then shifting gears, putting your hand on the back of your head. Okay. All right, we're ready to tap it out. Just remember to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, we're going to walk our hand up again. I hope you guys can see my hand walking. It's hard to see when my back is turned to you. But really, we're just making sure that all parts of the brain are covered. And that's what really just kind of helps do this update for the brain. I'm going to walk it up again. And again, we'll walk our hand up, our head. And the sides of the brain again. We're just focusing on bringing to balance our immune system and balancing out those emotions in our environment. And our reactivity to those emotions of other people that don't belong to us. Okay, we're done with that technique. And the next thing that's coming up is just another big cortices update. So we've done a lot of updates with that nervous system and then the body chemistry. So we're just going to actually do that cortices balance again. So base of the skull. Sure, your emotions are starting to bring into balance already, and you're probably starting to feel a lot more relaxed. Just keep following along with me. Okay. All right, next thing that we're bringing into balance is the lymph within your endocrine system. So what we're doing here is helping to enhance the lymph circulation within the endocrine system. So just a reminder of what those two systems are, what they do. The lymphatic system is part of the circulatory system, and it's also part of the immune system. So it has some crossover there. But what it does is it helps the tissues and organs throughout the body get rid of waste and toxins or anything that it doesn't need. Also, it contains infection-fighting white blood cells that help fight off any invaders in the body. Okay, and then the endocrine system is it consists of several glands in the body that secrete hormones. So those hormones are what regulate the cell and organ activity within our body. Okay, so for this one, because we're focusing in on the lymphatic system, or the lymph within the endocrine system, we're actually going to put our hand over that spleen area again, so left side of your body, just on the side, right below that rib cage. You're just going to hold that area of the body, and we'll tap it. So tap on your head, over your heart, brain, gut, brain. Just remember to keep taking some deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Okay. All right, that's all of the balancing techniques for today. That was a lot. So your body will definitely be processing quite a bit. So I want to do just a group check-in right now with how you're feeling. So going back to the exercise we did at the beginning of this, I want you to do a check-in of how you're feeling. Again, on that scale of 1 to 10, 1 being super relaxed, 10 being really stressed out, really anxious. So where are you on that scale of 1 to 10? Where are you as an individual? How are you feeling? I'm getting as a group, you're about a 4. So we started off at a 6.5 as the group, and we dropped down to 4. So definitely improvement there. Still some work to do. There's always work that can be done. So homework for you guys. I want you to focus in on some of the things that I talked about earlier with incorporating a lot more relaxation techniques into your daily life. So things like meditation, breathing techniques. Use that technique that I taught you about. Breathing in for 4 seconds, breathing out for 6 seconds. That's a really helpful tool. Also, this cortices technique that we used in this body talk session is really helpful throughout the day. So I actually personally use the cortices technique on myself at least once a day, sometimes multiple times a day, because it's a really good reset for the brain. It's almost like if your brain was a computer, or your head brain, so we're talking about your head brain here, is if your brain was a computer, it's like almost doing a reboot and just helping you focus, improve the clarity of your mind, helps with relaxation, helps with stress management. So continue to do that throughout the day. And yeah, take care of yourself. Also, thank you. I really appreciate you tuning in to the session. This was something that I really just wanted to do to help you guys out. I want you to be well. I want you to be healthy. And also, if this was something that you really enjoyed, this group session, I am starting a group session series that starts next week, and would love for you to be a part of it if you would like. I will send more information out. If I have your email address, I will send you more information. Otherwise, you can go to my website and find it there, lightandwellness.com or mynaturalhealer.com. I will post this there as well. But yeah, share this with your friends. I just wanted to do something that would help people through this difficult time. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you, and take care.